So my mute acting up. What's going on, Wise Man Cast, Big Willie Styles, Dynasty Sports Network is in the building. And you guys miss us? Because we missed y'all, man. We back once again for another Dynasty Sports Network weekend sports review. Got a special show today. Wise Man, how's your day been going, bro?
First of all, I would like to say I'm very happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
Today was great, man. Jumped out on the grill for a little bit today. It was hot as all hell outside. Then it got the raining, so I just got done right before that happened. So outside of that, man, I feel great, man. Feel great.
Feel great. Feel good. Feel great, man. Listen, I know we were just on here this past week when the Lions not just the Lions, but the NFL revealed the schedule. And of course, the Lions schedule came out, and we did a quick show on what we saw what the schedule is going to be. But what we're going to do today is actually going to go into a little more details in regards to each game throughout the season for the Lions. Now, we will be being joined by the other guys momentarily. A few other guys will be joining us, and we also may invite some other people to come and join us too, and that's in the group chat as well. But overall, I would like to get your opinion on what you felt when the schedule was released there, Wise Man.
Overall ecstatic, man. Just waiting to see. Of course, I'm already, and I got my bags packed to Houston already, man. So, just was looking forward to seeing like what actual dates and what games I'm gonna go to and all that jazz this year. So, and then kind of seeing how the rivalry games is gonna go. And the one thing that really was standing out to me is the bye week. I just really hate that our bye week is so early. Like, that's a long stretch, you know what I'm saying, without no time off. So hopefully the guys can stay healthy and, make it through the season, pretty much okay into the postseason.
Most definitely. Now, I agree in regards to the bye week being as early as it is. It felt like, to me, it kind of felt like on purpose a little bit. Like, they trying to make it, to me, a little tough on the Lions. But we're going to go get into in more details of, what we're going to see week to week. So we're going to do a game by game breakdown of, what we going to see from the Lions and what their opponents is going to be. So let's get into it. So first things first, we got the Lions versus the Rams.
Of course.
It's Sunday night game in Detroit. Now, Wise Man, would this be crazy for a Sunday night game for it to be a blackout?
Hey, man, I feel like you got to go blackout, bro. Like,
you got to go blackout.
You under the lights, like, a blackout only makes sense, man. Black is always an intimidating color. You know what I'm saying? And it's new, it's refreshed. I mean, that stadium going to be live as hell if we come out there in that all black.
Yeah, it will be. It will be, and I'm anticipating that's what's going to happen because I know the fans is going to clamor for it. I know the city will, especially being on a Sunday night. So it's going to be, of course, another showcase game like we had last year when we played Kansas City. But this year we'll be playing the Rams. Let's talk about this Rams team now. Of course, this past offseason, Aaron Donald retired.
Beautiful.
Don't know. He may get that itch and come back, but as for right now, he's retired. Offensive wise, we still got Matthew Stafford over there. Puka Nacua, he's going into his second year. He had a breakout season in his rookie season last year. Defensive wise, I really haven't seen. Is a lot of unknowns on that defensive side. They did bring over Tre'Davious White from over there in Buffalo, the cornerback. But other than that, I was looking at the guys that they had on defense. I didn't really see any names popped out that would, I would say, not even intimidate, but even scare this Lions offense that we have. So, what is your take on what you would be expecting from this Lions versus Rams game come Sunday night?
I feel like it's gonna be another shootout, man. I feel like we're gonna play a lot better on defense just because we got so much better on defense. As far as the Rams offense go, they got Blake Corum over there now. He's gonna be backing up Henderson, Williams, I believe. You still got Cooper Kupp. He's still gonna do what he do. And as far as the defense go, even though they lose Aaron Donald, man, they got that boy Jared Verse, and I'm a big Florida State guy, and I watched this kid play. Like, he has like game dominating ability, man. So, like I said, it's gonna be a shootout, man. But I feel like we're gonna get them by 10. I think the final score is gonna be somewhere around 20-30.
20-30. So honestly, I feel like it'll be more than 20-30. I think with this Lions team and offensive wise, they're going to be taking more strides offensively. Of course, with them signing Jared Goff to extension, there is no pressure as far as like, the business side of it. That's been taken away. We got the extensions. Basically, we extended basically our core offensive guys with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, and of course with Jared Goff getting that solidified, it's going to put a lot of pressure off of those guys. Now they can concentrate on playing on the field. Yeah. And with that, with those guys being locked in, with another year with Laporta and Gibbs and Jameson all in the fold, being healthy, knock on wood that these guys stay healthy, I see this offense coming out firing on all cylinders to start the season. So to me, I give it I would say this is a 38-24 type game.
I can see that, and it just depends on if they come out like super rusty, because again, they really don't play in preseason, so they have to treat those practices and all that jazz as game time situations. So it's always tough, the first couple of weeks, because you don't have your chemistry all the way down pat. But like I said, they come out fire.
You're right. Now I was looking at that. I don't know if they fully released the preseason games, but I only seen one preseason game that I know we have for sure, and that's against Kansas City.
We got the Giants, and we got. I can't think of the third team, but it's Kansas, it's the Giants, and it's somebody else. I can't remember the third team.
Right. So we have to take a look at that and see. Yeah, and we'll know more about the preseason, with these guys coming in. I know preseason we look forward to seeing the rookies showing their case. Also, I know a lot of people will look forward to seeing Hendon Hooker finally get a chance to go out there on the field as well.
I am too, man. I'm really excited to see what this kid gonna do. Like I said, if you watch his last season at Tennessee, man, boy was going ape shit. So he probably would have won the Heisman had he not have tore his ACL. But
probably was word. He definitely would have won that Heisman.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he was going crazy, man. So
but all would tell, and seeing him out there on the field definitely will put a buzz behind a lot of folks, because quiet as it kept, I know a lot of people didn't want that extension for Goff. Let's be honest. They, we have an issue here within our Detroit teams where once the dollar signs come in, we don't want to pay our players.
But it's a genius deal, man. It's backloaded. Again, he's gonna get his 170, close to like more so like 193 he's gonna get. And then you average that out, that's 47.5 mil or 48 mil or something like that. And like I said, you got guys making over 50, and it's a couple of quarterbacks that got contracts coming up now, so that cap, that number is going to constantly go up. So we got him on the field, man. So again, there's no pressure. Like, we can, that year 2026 and 2027, those are void years, so we don't necessarily got to keep him around during that time. You know what I'm saying? So if the Hooker is flourishing, and cool, we can get out of that contract. But like, he earned every penny of that, man. Even when we sucked the first year he got here, you know what I'm saying? Like, he still was going crazy. So people that just got hate for Goff, like, I just don't even listen to people like that. You just it's people like that just don't really understand the gist of the game. Yeah. And I always say this, and I go back to when we had Matthew Stafford, because those were the same talks for a while. Like, people wanted to get rid of Matthew Stafford. I say, okay, cool.
Let's get rid of Matt Stafford, but who are you
Who
replacing?
gonna replace him with? Exactly. Like nobody.
And then how much it will cost you, because you're going to want to get someone who's primarily better than who we have now. So if you want to get someone better than Goff, you're going to have to pay him, and that what that contract is telling you. Listen, if y'all want to get rid of Goff and get someone better, it's going to cost you. Or if you want to get rid of Goff and depend on a young guy who we haven't seen play a down of football yet, that's going to cost us too and set us back. And right now we're in the midst of a Super Bowl run. Let's be honest. We're in that Super Bowl run right now. That's something that we haven't had said in forever, being a Lions fan, that we're in the middle of a Super Bowl run over these next 2 to 3 to 4 years, possibly.
Mm-hmm. And then too, man, you got to think about it. You still got Hutch to pay. You still gonna have to pay J-Mo if he has a great season. You know what I'm saying? You still got guys you're gonna have to pay Gibbs eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. We got these young guys here that, you know, we're drafting well, so you're gonna have to pay them well. Also, I think next year is probably gonna be Lee McNeil's payday. He's up for extension as well. So we're coming along pretty good, and I'm liking what Brad Holmes is doing as far as like not jumping off the porch and grabbing and paying guys that haven't played here. He's paying the guys that showed themselves worthy from the start. So shout out to Brad Holmes for staying the course. Him and Dan Cameron, because they said they're staying the course when it comes to this plan. So everybody,
they know what they're doing, man. Like again, think about it. Year one when we sucked, bro. Like we was in every game we played that season, bro. And for us to take those strides year two and then year three, like it's only gonna get better here, man. And like I said, they're gonna constantly keep drafting good. We got a whole new revamped secondary, man. Let Brad cook. Let's just sit on the couch and cheer like we do.
Yeah, listen, we can relax now. We can take everybody. Listen, guys, you can take your GM caps off now. We got a legitimate GM. You ain't got to worry about why they do this, why they do that. Right now, we're in a good position. Y'all can take your GM caps off and let the man do his job. Mm-hmm. Because I'll tell you this, he's been more right than you guys have been over these last couple of years. So he's earned that privilege. So you guys don't need to be questioning. If you see what happens, hey, just let it fly, man. The brother has shown himself to be worthy as a GM. Now, also, I gotta add this too, because I know I spoke previously of Matt Stafford. There's been whispers once again of, should we have a tribute for Matt Stafford?
Man, I wish they might. And I was watching the Woodward show, and just like you said on the Woodward, like, for what? He ain't did nothing. Like, granted, he listen. He put the city on his back, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he did everything he was supposed to do while he was here, but win. Like, you get tributes when you win. You don't get tributes for losing playoff games. You get them for winning. So I wish they might, man. They bet not.
Listen.
You better get on the phone with your girl Martha and tell her she bet not.
Listen, I'm with you on that, because the simple fact, listen, he's still playing. We're still playing.
Get his flowers. Like King just said, get his flowers when he retired. But right now,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Once he retires, then we can do the tribute. But right now, he's on the other side of the ball, and it wouldn't be right for us to do that while we're still playing him. Now, I know, he came in during the playoffs, so people thought that it was appropriate. No, we don't need that energy shifted his way to have him feel any type of confidence, just like coming into the first game of the season. We don't need him to feel any type of confidence going into this game. No. Tribute can wait. Let the tribute wait. If people want him to have a tribute, when he retire, he can come back. He's going to be in the Lions Hall of Fame, of course, because of, the time he was here. We give him a tribute in, but until then, no.
He an op, G. Him,
thank you.
Them kids, that wife of his, all ops.
all ops right now. It's definitely facts. So, predicted victory for the first game, Sunday night game. Next up on the list, we got Lions versus Tampa Bay. Now, you're already going to the. So let's talk about it. Tampa Bay, of course, they extended Baker Mayfield. Got him a contract. He played himself into a contract. I give him that. Mike Evans returned.
Yep.
People thought he was going to be gone. So That's a plus. Defensive wise, they always been solid on defensive wise. Linebackers, White and them, they're still there. We took their top quarterback though. We traded for their top quarterback, so we have them on this side. So that will help us in this one. So, Wise man, on this Tampa team, what do you see, if any, if there's any oppositions that you think may be going into this game?
Just Mike Evans, man, and that's just not going to be enough. Like, you can't deny Mike Evans' talent, bro. Like, he is a baller. But outside of that, bro, I don't see nothing else. Like I say, 3-0. Like, I'm not worried about these jokers at all whatsoever. Like, that's a 20-point, 21-point game for us. And like I said, it just depends on how we come out. We come out firing, man, and like I say, just playing with a sense of urgency. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for us to lose. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot for Tampa because they didn't do a whole lot this offseason. And like I said, they lost more than they gained. 3-0.
You doubling up on the victory, huh?
Yeah, I'm doubling up on that. 3-0. We're gonna beat them 3 straight times in a row. 3-0.
3-0. So it's ironic that our first 2 games were our last 2 games of the season. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
That the NFL would do that. This is a 1:00 game, of course, which is something else I want to listen. I know we're a popular team right now, but I'm used to the 1:00 games, and we with us being prime time and then the afternoon games, man, we're gonna have a few games this year coming on at 1:00. So we're gonna have to wait to watch our Lions play this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, but this one is a 1:00 game.
That's beautiful though, man. Like they give you time to get more wings and more brews.
But by that time, Cash, you usually be winged and brewed out, man. You might.
Yeah, you see, I'm drinking water today, gang. Like
you might pass yourself. You might pass yourself out before the game even start.
yeah. I'll be ready.
You got to be more careful. But as far as Tampa Bay goes, like you said, with Mike Evans re-signing, of course, he's an all-pro guy, so that's something we're going to have to pay attention to. But it's good to have the guy that generally goes against him in practice on our team now, so he knows, how to play against them. Defensive-wise. Defensively, Tampa Bay always shows up. They got a good defensive on that side. So I think they're going to take what we did to them last season. It's going to be a little bit tougher offensively for us, I feel, this year. But I think our defense is really going to show out because I always said it. And when we was down there at Ford Field, what did I say? I said, Baker Mayfield is going to get you one, maybe 2.
Yeah, for sure.
And I still feel like he's going to get you 2 picks going into this game. So it's going to be an opportunity. But like you said, taking care of business. Lions should pull this victory out. As far as the score goes, I say it's a 31-13 score. I don't think it's going to be that close.
That's perfect. 31-13, 34-10, something like that. Yeah, but I just don't see it, man. We got their number.
I agree. I think this could be another victory. Like I said, as long as we take care of business against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, next up is our first road game. It'll be against the Arizona Cardinals.
50
ball, you think so?
No, man. Again, I don't see us losing. Like, Kyler Murray, he can be dangerous. They still got, questions with the rookie Marvin Harrison. But again, I just don't think they have.
With him, it's starting to irk me.
Yeah, I don't like that kid.
It's not it, but see, I like his game.
Yeah,
it's not like it was because it's starting to give off the prima donna.
Yeah, for sure.
Type. Like we didn't see you at the combine, we didn't see you at the pro day. We ain't seen none of this rookie stuff activities going on. You got all this outside stuff going on, and we haven't seen you. I mean, the last time he really seen you, you was squatting on the field because Michigan just beat you for the 3rd straight time in a row, and we haven't really seen nothing since.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for because he's talented, of course, no doubt, no question about it. But all this other stuff, this prima donna looking stuff to me is starting to wear on me, and I'm starting to get a little.
Because you ain't did nothing yet. Yeah, you were great in college. Whoop-de-doo. A lot of times that don't even translate. But who his father is, and I'm pretty sure the training that he has, and whatever, like he'll baller on the field. So I don't know, man. I feel like I said, the prima donna, all the off-field theatrics, man. Like I don't like it from him at all. Because like I said, you ain't did nothing to be doing all that.
Exactly. Now I do got to agree with certified asshole. Like with Kyler Murray, it's gonna be our first test against against the
mobile quarterback.
The mobile quarterbacks, the ones that generally give us problems, the one that can scramble to get around. He will be kind of rusty. I still feel like because he's still coming off that injury, but it will be a test for our defense to see how we contain and see how this new revamped defense is going to hold up against Kyler Murray and those guys over there. So definitely going to look into that now.
There he is.
We got one of our guys coming in.
No.
He's putting up paperwork right now.
Hey man, these backwoods ain't gonna roll themselves, man. I'm sorry for
man.
being tardy, but they ain't gonna roll themselves.
Oh man, listen, you know it wouldn't be you if you wouldn't be tardy, man. We always got had an expectation. Our guys come in and they got things to do, but he had his pregame ritual had to.
Yeah, my pregame ritual ran over a little past schedule.
Exactly. So we've already discussed the first couple of games of the season. That's what we're doing right now. Is we're breaking down the game by game of the schedule. Right now we're on the Lions, at Arizona. And this one's, of course, it's a 4:00 game, so you probably gonna have to make sure your pregame rituals be all set by the time the game come about. So give your input of what you would have, what your feel would be for this particular game with the Lions playing Arizona.
First of all, CBFW, we can't be fucked with, especially not by Arizona. Let's just put that out there. First and foremost. Mm-hmm. But I will feel like this will be a good, and I wish we got mobile quarterbacks in the preseason so we can get an early test that way. But I feel like this will be a good early test for us on mobile quarterbacks. I think that's one of the biggest concerns with our defense. I know it was the last few years as far as giving up the big plays, quarterbacks being able to get out of that pocket and really hurt us. Like, I feel like that was our Achilles heel on that defense. Like, if we could have stopped anything, like that would have been my number one choice. And the proof is in the pudding. Geno, Lamar, like the list goes on. Love, like it's not a thing where we're trying to figure out. I think we know, like, we have a huge issue with containing mobile quarterbacks. So Kyler, he's not the best of the mobile quarterbacks, but I feel like he'll do as far as us getting an early test and being able to contain these guys. Because I feel like if you contain him, you can pretty much contain all the mobile quarterbacks. Yeah, they all present different things. With Kyler, it's the size and being able to squirt out nicks and crannies, no Diddy. And, with Lamar, it's more the speed and the patience now. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Love I think it was more so you didn't know exactly what to expect. So, but overall, I feel like Kyler will give us a good, early season testing to figure out if we can contain these mobile quarterbacks for sure.
Right. Now,
I think some more so too. Like, since we didn't get a whole lot of speed at line, we didn't get no linebackers, so our linebackers are still like tall and slow. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we'll be more so of a nickel in that game, just so we can get more DBs on the field with some speed to try to help contain Kyler.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I think a lot of people are missing, as far as the Rakestraw, the Roberson, and the Iffy and Brian Branch. I think that our coaching staff was looking to free up Brian Branch and be able to use him, all 4 downs and be able to have him on the field at all times, because he's just simply a playmaker. If he's on the field, he's going to make a play. So I feel like bringing in Robertson, however you say it, and bringing in Rakestraw, I feel like the future is more so to have Rakestraw in the slot, to have our other rook on the outside, but being able to move Brian Batch in the back. But then if you move Brian Batch to safety, then now you got a 3-headed monster at safety, and then you can also you could deploy Iffy however you want, whenever time you want. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the my bad. I think that's one of the things that's really over, and I think that, like you said, we're gonna go more to that type of personnel where we have more DBs on the field opposed to the linebackers to alleviate that speed and be able to keep those quarterbacks in the pocket.
The thing with Branch, he's a hybrid. Sure. He could play up on the line, or he could play in the back. And I think we seen that primarily last year, because most of the time we really had just Campbell and
Anzalone
playing the linebacker, because like I said, the way the game is going now, you're going to have multiple DBs out there, because of the type of offensive sets that people are playing. So with Branch, like you said, he's free to roam to play up. He can cover. He could be that outside linebacker type too on certain packages.
Yeah,
He
sure.
can move it back. He could be
Alabama way.
Yeah, he could play the safety. He could play the cornerback. He's that universally of a player that we can fit a scheme around, not having to have to bring guys in and off the field. With him, he can play those different positions depending on how the offense that we're playing. So that's definitely a plus. Now, I was looking we talk about the offensive side for Arizona. Defensively, don't really see too much
50
coming from them on that side. So, and I looked through their roster. There's not really too many guys. Of course, they got, Buda Baker over there. He's all pro safety. I know a lot of people would love to have him over here, but that's going to cost. So but other than Buda Baker, defensive wise, that's something that we have to, I have to look to over the next couple of weeks to see how they're going to look. But I don't see our offense having an issue with that defense. So
good there.
Yeah, so this I guess this is a 3-0 start, right? Is that what we're saying?
I like it.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah, it looks that way. Now, our first Monday night game will be against the Seattle Seahawks. And of course, if you know the size that you hear from us, we have dealt with Seattle over the last several years, and we just cannot beat this team. They have had our numbers, even though last year, it was a home opener. Of course, everybody was excited. There were a lot of mistakes that cost us that game, but it still was a loss.
Yeah. Going
into this game, of course, Geno Smith, he's been extended too. He's their quarterback for the next couple of years. Offensively, they've been efficient with him under the helm. Defensive wise, I think they may be stepping up a little bit more than what we're used to them seeing. They're not the Legion of Boom, but I think they're going to be better defensively. So this is going to be an intriguing game. This is a home game. This is a Monday night game, of course. So it's going to be a raucous crowd. Could be another blackout. We never know. So Wiseman, what is your feel about this game?
Well, one of my sides was for if we lose, me and Big Willie here, we said we would shave our beards off. So I'm not looking forward to that. So they need to finally get over this. I don't know how the hell we keep losing to Geno Smith, man. Like, Geno is pure dog shit, and he just beats us all the time. Like, it's mind-boggling.
It is. Now, Daryl did mention that we don't have Pete Carroll, but they do got that guy from over at Baltimore, Matt McDowell, that used to be Michigan's defensive coordinator a couple years back too. And you see what he did with that Baltimore defense these last couple years, as well as the Michigan defense. So they're going to be improved defensively based off of the coach that they got, but he's still a rookie coach. So we got to make sure we take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's where we get the ups is we'll be putting a unit on the field that has camaraderie, that's already unified, that's 4 years into a system, what I'm saying, going against a new defense. Luckily we catch them early, but I actually believe that this will be one of those checkpoints for us for this season. Yeah. I think we got a couple get backs. We got to get this the revenge tour. And I think it starts with the Seattle game. It's funny that they keep coming to Ford Field because it's like one of these times we got to knock their head off. Yeah. And I think this is going to be the one. I think this is actually going to be a good momentum booster going into the rest of the season, especially with that early bye too. I kind of feel like we'd be able to kind of wipe our brow like, woo, we got that one. What I'm saying? That monkey off our back. Shit, that's the first of many. Let's go on and knock out the rest of these guys.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 coin toss on this one, man. This game can go either way because it's been going, Seattle's way. So either we gonna step up and finally, get it back in blood, or we just gonna shave our beards off, and I'm gonna just be out here looking like I just ate. Yeah.
Man, Listen, that's gonna be a great show, man. Well, it's not gonna be a great show, but it's gonna be a great show for our the guys that's in the comments, man, to see as well. No beers, man. It's gonna be a roast session going on. I already know. I already know.
Hopefully the guys come to the rescue.
Thank you. Please, dude. Please come to the rescue. Don't let us down, man. Don't let us, come out here looking naked in the face. But speaking of the comment section, man, let's get some shout outs, man. Since you guys have been rocking with us, man. Wise, man, get the shout outs, bro.
All right, let's go. Let me start from the top. Shout out to our guy 0-16. What up, though?
What's up, my boy?
Bad baby, you're supposed to be on here, King.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to our guy Daryl. He's a little under the weather, so he's not able to kick it with us today. Shout out to my boy Certified Asshole. I see you on Bannon. Our guy Alex Heron always rocking with us. Nate the Great. What up, though? Let me see who else we got. We got C. Gerald. Shout out to you for rocking with us today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And for those who are not commenting, that's just rocking with us, hey, we appreciate y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe, man. Thank you for kicking it with us tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. So this one, like you said, I see us go ahead getting over the hump and getting a victory. Start off the season 4-0, going into the bye week. Resting early, but I know we feel kind of iffy about getting us a bye week, but I feel like it comes at a great time because the next game is the next opponent on our revenge tour, which would be against, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. And it's another team that we just cannot beat this team. And then coming off of what, we had last year of, I'm eligible, yes. So we got the Lions, of course, it's in Jerry's world, of course. So, they're going to have the home field advantage as they usually do. Offensively, they're welcoming back, Ezekiel Elliott, and we don't know what type of shape he's going to be in when he comes back.
Bro, I think Zeke gonna be turned up. Like he back with his little boyfriend, Dak. So I think Buddy about to be turned up.
I don't, man. His time has passed, man. With the running backs, you only go and have that much of a window, and we haven't really heard to say nothing for the last couple of years. But it's just good to have him back in the Dallas uniform. Of course, they got offensively, CeeDee Lamb, still, all pro guy over there, gave us trouble last season. Tight ends are usually pretty solid. The offensive line, to me, is where I'm feeling a little sketchy about with Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe Tyron Smith is retired.
And they did a whole lot this offseason, man.
Well, they did on the interior, not on the outside though. But they brought in some guys on the interior, some rookies. They got some good guys. They got the tackle, and they picked up my guy that I wanted, Frazier, out of West Virginia. They addressed the offensive line. They got some dogs too now. I think the tackle might not be ready, but it's overall, man. If we can keep a lid on CeeDee Lamb and we can get Dak to the ground, we're gonna be all right, man. Everything else is just, come on, man. It's contained to Dak. We always stuff the run. We ain't got to worry about that. We got to contain that. And if we contain that, then you keep a lid on CD. And hopefully, that'll be a good test for our cornerbacks too, man, to jump on. Hopefully Carlton Davis can go ahead and just X him out the game. You know what I'm saying? Not injure him, but just cancel him out.
Cancel him out. Right. Because on the other side, I don't really see too much of a threat on the other side as far as like receiver goes. Running backs, we really don't know how that's going to pan out for Dallas. Defensive wise, of course, we really did a good job against Parsons last year.
Mm-hmm. Run at him.
He got Penei Sewell paid basically.
Run right at him.
He got Penei because he could not do nothing with Penei last year. And like you said, run at him. That eliminates him, but he's still all pro guy. So this one is interesting. It's gonna be a tough one because it is on the road.
Yeah. So
it's a tough call, but it's one that I think that we got revenge on our minds that we definitely could take. Man, it's looking like we could be 5-0, 6-0, 5-1 right about now.
Yeah, because like I said, it's a toss-up between the Cowboys and Seattle. We may
and then definitely come off the bye week, so we definitely should be prepared. But I feel like we should have Dallas number, especially they got really exposed in the playoff game against the Packers.
Yeah, yes, they did.
They got exposed, and I didn't really see them address as much as they should in the offseason. I feel like, and I've been saying this for years, I feel Jerry Jones need to fire Jerry Jones.
Man, 100%. He's the sole reason why that team.
Like, see, I'm not gonna lie, man. We got the nerve to talk. See, we talk about Jerry's world as if they don't win 10+ games every year. We gotta cut that shit out, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's great getting to the playoffs, but it don't mean nothing if you
go
home in the first.
Yeah, but would you rather take that, or would you take a 30 years in the basement?
Yeah,
but the thing was this: the expectations for someone like Jerry Jones have always been high, and that's why I mean Jerry Jones need to fire Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones, he didn't fire coaches, he didn't fire everybody else that wasn't a GM besides himself.
He loved him a good fall guy.
Exactly, yeah. and he's not firing himself as a fall guy, because any other GM that have not produced the way he has, he would have fired him. And that's what I mean. Jerry Jones need to fire Jerry Jones.
But when you say produce, you mean championships, and I get it, because that's the only thing that matters. But at the same time, 10+ wins consistently for 30, and 40 years. That's a well-built program, and right. I think their floor is 10 wins. I feel like they mastered the art of making money and marketing and all that. They just gotta get over the hump, and unfortunately for them, it won't be no time soon.
Exactly. It's not unfortunate. It's not unfortunate.
Unfortunate for them.
Yeah, but like I said, but I'm speaking just of Jerry Jones, because he's one who sets these bars high. Them and the Dallas Cowboys fans are saying that we're supposed to be Super Bowl every year, and if you have that expectation and you don't make it out the first round of the playoffs, chances are,
I'm with you on that.
He might need to get a new set of eyes. And like I said, listen, Jerry Jones been at this helm for a long time. It's okay to say, you know what, let somebody else, let him. He need to let the reins go, is what I'm saying. Yeah, but he probably won't do that until the casket drop. Honestly, he's gonna be.
You know what? I was thinking that. I feel the same way about Joe Biden. They're not gonna relinquish. They're gonna hit the casket before they hit free agency, unemployment. Oh man, that's messed up.
But it's definitely still gonna be a good game, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be, of course, another afternoon game. Like I said, we don't get no 1:00 games no more, man. We're gonna get a few in between. But that's another good one.
That's a good thing. See, that's what Jerry Jones has been experiencing for 30, 40 years. Consistently on the TV. It's like the Lakers. It's like, it don't matter how good they are, they gonna be on TV every damn night. It's like, sheesh.
That's bad.
But we'll take it. So we're moving on from Jerry's world on to divisional game. First divisional game against the Minnesota Vikings. And of course, they no longer have Kirk Cousins. They do have our guy over there, our brother, JJ McCarthy from the Michigan Wolverines. They drafted him in the first round. I say by this time he may be starting. That's be my prediction. Of course, they got Justin Jefferson over there, who always gives us hell. He gives everyone hell because he's a great receiver. Defensively, they're always solid because their coaches. He's a defensive minded coach, so they're gonna.
You good, my boy?
Yeah, a little technical difficulty.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with you now, there, Dale. What is your take on this game?
You know what? This I'd be popular, but I like Minnesota. Not in this game, but I like Minnesota. I like the defense. I like the intensity that they play with. I feel like that Minnesota game is always a tough one. A lot of people are putting Minnesota in the basement of the NFC North, and I think they're actually and it's a hot take because everybody put 3 teams from our division in the playoffs, but I think Minnesota might actually be one of those teams. I think if they
I wouldn't say might be. I think they will be. I think,
but popular opinion is that you know, the Bears are going to barely make it, and Green Bay is going to be right there on our heels.
I don't
That's
see
popular
the I
opinion
don't
right
see
now.
the Bears.
I don't
doing
see that.
anything. I don't know
I
where
don't see
everybody
the
getting
Bears
that
doing
from.
nothing. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
crazy.
know where
They
everybody
do
getting
got
that from.
they do got a heavy arsenal. I will give them that.
Yeah, I'm
I
saying
just
Bears, but
yeah, I just like Minnesota, and I feel like if you keep the training wheels on JJ, I think he could be very productive. If you keep the training wheels on him, and that's you having a good run game, that's having a good scheme going into these games. I think he's the type that you can hold his hand through this thing, and you won't take as many lumps as you will with the average quarterback because I feel like his floor is so high.
And you won't ruin them. That's the thing about it. They
You
don't
won't
have
ruin them.
you don't have to rush them in there and ruin them early by trying to play them. You brought in Sam Darnold, let him take the reins and then let him sit there and watch the game and allow the game to slow down to the point to where, like I said, he'll be ready for this game. Now, I still feel like the Lions need to take advantage of this. Still a rookie quarterback. If he's going to play, he's still a rookie. We're a team that needs to take advantage of all these teams' weaknesses, and that's going to be a weakness of the Vikings if they're. I would say this: if they're starting McCarthy, that to me that means the season is not going the way it should.
Well, I don't feel like Sam Darnold is better than McCartney right now.
Exactly.
So, I feel like he starts day one. Sam Darnold is just there to teach him how to be a pro, see what he can't see or don't see. I think it's JJ right out the gate. And like I say, man, if JJ start using his legs, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy because again, Mullins lit our ass up. 400 plus yards in both games. And who is Mullins? Like, I've never heard of that kid a day in my life. And he when we played him twice last year. So now you got a quarterback that has some athleticism, got a big arm, and you got Jettas, bro. You got Jettas
too.
Yep.
Yeah. And remember too, Willie, remember 2 years ago we went into the big house week 1 and we watched JJ earn that job. Yeah. And I kind of feel like that's where he excels at. You put him you give him an off season in a playbook, he's gonna beat out his competition. I don't see Darnold beating him out. I see him taking the reins, like bro said, week 1 for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. For me, it's just the fan in me is that I know throwing these guys in right away, how that could be. Like if he comes in right away, his confidence could be kind of it depends. It could be struck or it could blow up. Either way, we still need to take advantage.
Regardless. But what's a quarterback's best friend? A strong defense and a strong run game. They got both.
Yep.
True enough. So do we. So this is another testing game, but I still feel like
I still would think we get them.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it is a division game, road game, so this one can go either way, in my opinion.
20.
Okay, that's feasible in my eyes. So moving on, we got the Lions versus the Titans. 50 ball. Who they got starting over that quarterback?
Will Levis.
No more Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's gone.
What they got?
Receiver, they got old guys over there. They got Hopkins and they got
D-Hop. Okay.
They got D-Hop and they got boy from Jacksonville, played a year in Jacksonville. He was in Atlanta. No, the other receiver. Big boy. Ridley. No, they got Calvin Ridley?
Did they get Calvin Ridley?
I think Calvin Ridley in Jacksonville, ain't it?
Calvin Ridley out of there.
Jacksonville last year.
Okay.
Ridley was in Jacksonville last year, 1 year deal when he came back.
They got Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, and Hopkins. Good looking on that, Alex.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Shout out to Alex, man, for cleaning it up for us. But either way, like you said, they ain't got that mutant in the backfield, so that's a plus.
They got weapons though. They do got weapons.
They got weapons. This is gonna be a test for our secondary. With the weapons that they got multiple weapons out there. Shifty guys they have out there. Definitely a test of secondary, but defensive wise, I think this is a home game. I think this is one we're gonna really show out up front because I don't see their offensive line being able to contain what we got up front.
Question though,
Okay.
would DJ Reader be ready for week 1?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep. He'll be ready.
Okay. Yeah, they can't fuck with us.
Yeah. They gonna be,
you should say 50 ball. Why?
yeah, 50 ball.
50.
No, we gonna have like we gonna get like a 44 somewhere in that neighborhood. We gonna be somewhere in that neighborhood offensively.
Yeah, them look like the cheapest tickets too that you can get to. That might be a good game to go to and have a ball at.
Listen, none of them games are gonna be cheap tickets.
Oh,
You already know. But listen,
Please.
hey, listen.
I'm
We
like,
Hey, but we might find a way, though. We
Yeah, you
might
know
find
us.
a way. We might find a way. We could. That'd definitely be a fun game to go to. Because after this game, we got our next divisional game, the Lions at the Packers. This is another 4:00 game.
Yeah.
This one I think we all looking forward to because if you been all over social media and like a lot of people are hyped about Green Bay, including a lot of people in the division. They feel like they could win the division. I feel like they are our toughest opponent to win the division, to prevent us from winning the division. So, Wise man, this game right here.
yeah.
What's your take, man?
I feel like again, man, this is gonna be one of them toss-up games. Jordan Love plays anywhere remotely close how he played on Thanksgiving or how he played the Cowboys in the playoffs is gonna be a long day. So I feel like I don't know, man. I'm kind of indifferent because I feel like we're gonna split at least one with them. It's just whether it's gonna be this one or when we go out to Lambeau. So or when they come here, I should say. So yeah, I'm kind of indifferent on this one, bro. But it can go either way. And that's just me trying not to have no bias. You know what I'm saying? Because me, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna win every game, but I know we're gonna drop 1 or 2, 3 or 4 here and there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I think we get them on November 3rd or something like that. November 3rd. I think that's a blessing because the tundra might not be is frozen.
right.
You know what I'm saying? November 3rd. I think that works into our advantage. And if any time is the time to get them. And I think we can ride that momentum. And I think we end up flip flopping last year. We both teams won on the road, right?
Yeah, yes, it did.
Yeah.
We
So
got them early last year.
We got them kind of early this year too, November 3rd. It's hard to predict what the weather is, but it's not December, January. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we catch them. We catch some good weather down there, and that won't be a problem because I read that we got like 14 or 15 indoor games, something crazy like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
So-
That's this. We only have only have 3 outdoor games.
3 outdoor games, and this is one of them. I think this is the
It is
first
one of
one.
them. And it's
So-
the first one, yes.
So hopefully, by the weather, cooperate for us. We can get in there and take care of business, and that won't be an excuse for why we couldn't tackle Jordan Love in the backfield. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I
Now,
think we can get them, but we might split though. It's gonna be tough.
Now with this one, we'd be more prepared because last season we really didn't know what we were going to get out of Jordan Love. Beginning of the season, everybody thought, they made a mistake in drafting him, and then by the second half of the season, he was looking like an MVP. So we see his progression. So we got film on him to where our guy, Dan Campbell and them, and defense Aaron Glenn can really game plan for what we have because he is, I would say, Aaron Rodgers-esque with his style. When it comes to throws and the touch that he has, it looks really good. But it's definitely something that we need to get pressure on, and that's something that if we get pressure up front, I think that can definitely sell in. Now they do have weapons in the backfield. They do got some, a couple of good young receivers out there. Defensive wise, they are definitely solid. They got a good front seven. Our guy Rashad Gary is going to be back. He's coming off of his surgery. He's going to be back, and he gave us hell. So this was going to be a legitimate black and blue game right here. That's going to be a tough one. I kind of see us maybe fall into this one because it is a road game. It is our first, real road test game outside. It's possible, so I will give them this one. But if it goes the other way, listen, these are the type of games that, you're expected to lose. But if you win, you say, hey, listen, we stole one. So this is one I think it's one that we can steal.
Yep, definitely gonna be a dogfight. So
Shout out to our guy Breed, man. What's happening, Breed? That's the
Marvin's
D313XP, man. Marvin, he's rocking with us too, man. Been a great show so far, guys. Listen, who we got up next. Now, this next game. This one is an interesting one, man.
Hell yeah.
This one is gonna be I think this one's gonna be fun. Lions at Texans. Of course, another late game. What time was this game? What time is this one?
It's a night game. Night.
This one is Sunday night game.
Football.
Mm-hmm.
Wise, man, are you gonna make it to Sunday night, man?
I don't know, man. Between me and certified asshole, the way we drink and party, man, it ain't no telling, bro. We might get into a couple of bar fights. Who knows? But no, man. It's probably going to be more Lions fans than Texans fans at this game. Lions fans are already gearing up buying tickets for this game. As some of you may know, this is like the big Detroit takeover game. So where a lot of the, of course we travel to every stadium, but this is the one we really keen in on. So there's going to be a lot of Lions fans in the building. It's under the lights. We can't drop that game, but it's going to be I feel like it's going to be a hell of a dogfight, man, because the Texans are loaded.
Houston in November, man. We might have to go out there, my boy.
I'm there. Like I'm in that.
I think what, honestly, I think Dynasty Sports Network need to make a trip, man.
Hey, let's go.
I think it is official that we need to make a trip, man. Houston take over, Detroit, take over, Dynasty Sports Network take over. That sounds like it sounds fun.
I like it.
I really like it. Yeah.
I really like
so
it.
yeah, we definitely gonna be making, and we definitely, once we do, we're gonna make sure we share all of the details of what's going on with you guys, of course, of this game. Now, with this game, like I said, this is an exciting game because the Houston Texans is a young and up-and-coming team. They got their quarterback, obviously. They got weapons. Defensive-wise, they're very solid. They're excited. They got new uniforms like we got new uniforms. Yeah, so it's a tale if, another game that we need to take care of business on. It's one of the ones that, we are on the road. So it's something that we can slip if we're not prepared. But I feel like this will definitely be a victory. I don't know about you, man. Zale.
That's a team, that Houston team, that's going to be a team I'm going to be watching closely this offseason and throughout the early part of the season because I'm not really sold on them yet. I've liked some of the things that I saw flashes. But a lot of times people think, you have a good solid team, you get into the playoffs, you make a little noise, but then you go add pieces that you thought you missed. And I think sometimes the natural assumption is that the team is going to take a step forward. But realistically, a lot of times those teams take one step back to take two steps forward. And I actually think the Lions are actually going to mirror them in that way this season too. I don't expect us to win as many games as everybody think we're going to win. I wouldn't be surprised if we had the same amount of wins or one less win, but go farther and win. Because a lot of times some of these losses you actually need to figure out these things that's going on with you. Kind of like Baltimore did to us last year. I feel like they smacked the shit out of us and we went back home and licked our wounds and figured the shit out, and we came back and beat the shit out of Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So sometimes you need that. I feel like the Texans, they have some early woes. They got some tough opponents early in the season, and we'll see what that does for that young quarterback's confidence. You know what I'm saying? Those are certain things that he haven't really went through. Like you don't have this Cinderella rookie season and everything peaches and cream, and you think you're about to go into year two and just beat the shit out of everybody. I don't think that's the case. I do like their weapons. They lost a couple guys too, but they brought in some dogs. Don't get me wrong.
They got that boy Stephon Diggs over there, right?
They got Stephon Diggs over there.
They got Tank Dell over there. They got Nico Collins, man. So yeah, they got some weapons.
They got Hunter too, with the top guy on my off-season list. They brought him in too, gave that boy a bag, and they pairing him with the young boy from last year. They gonna be a problem, but I don't just think that I don't just see the natural progression. I think they're gonna have to take a step back and take a couple steps forward. And I think we actually get this game. We're gonna go in there and beat the shit out of them, and then we're gonna party afterwards.
Yes, there we go. Gonna party down in Houston, man. Now you did mention something that is a bit peculiar, and it's something that we can hang our hats on. Last year, when we went and got smacked in the mouth last year, We always came back. We didn't lose 2 in a row.
Nope, never.
So it was no better. So shout out to the Lions and the coaching staff for getting these guys up and ready for the next game. And this would be one of those games that we need to be up and ready for.
Right.
Now, because of course, next game versus the Jags.
50.
Now, is this Thanksgiving?
No, we got the Bears on Thanksgiving.
Bears on so this is before. But it's a home game. Jacksonville, of course, they got, I don't know. I feel like they're taking a step because they was made the playoffs 2 seasons ago, but I don't know if they're progressing, in my opinion. So this one, I feel like this would be a victory. Not too many guys over there that I'm worried about. Wise man, I'm drawing a blank for Jacksonville right now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Jags, man. The last time we played them, we blew them out. I feel like it's gonna be the same results, man. I don't think they got that much better this offseason. And yeah, I feel like it's like I said, as long as we're healthy around this time, because again, this stretch, it really bothers me that we have this early bye week, and we have a gauntlet coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, as long as we're healthy, man, yeah, I see us winning this game easily.
Easily, I don't think it's going to be easily. I think, they got a great quarterback over there. I think Trevor Lawrence, he's going to elevate himself. You know what I'm saying? He's going to show why he was first overall pick. But I just feel like we're too. I think we'll be too deep for them for this game.
Yeah, I think so.
Our weapons that we have here is going to be. I think this is off. To me, this could be possibly one of those offensive shootouts. You have one of those type of games where
that's the Texans game, man. I think the Texans game is going to be the shootout game.
I mean, that could be. I would love that to be a shootout game, to be honest with you, or I'd love it to be a blowout our way. Either way, as long as we get the victory, I'm with that, and I feel like we could get the victory against Jacksonville too. Either way, someone say, "Hey, listen, 59-7. Hey, DC man. Hey, yo, yeah, bro. Hey.
It's still professionals, bro.
Yeah, it's still outside over there. Ain't that right, Zan?
Jeez, 59-7 is outrageous. That's disrespectful. But I don't feel like they got enough to deal with us. I feel like it'll be evident early that they're not equipped enough to hang with us. And I think that's the type of game too that you got to jump on them early. You can't play with guys like that. We've seen Trevor Lawrence with his heroics. We've seen stranger things happen. So that's one of them games that you got to come in, you got to take care of business. And depending on how that Packers game go before, the Texas game go before, like that can have a lot to do with it too. And like bro said too, like that early bye scares me because we got to go through a tough stretch. So it's kind of hard to predict what's going to go on in that stretch because you just really never know. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is where you commend Brad Holmes and his whole staff in making this team a lot deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because we going to need it. We going to really need it. And man, not to go back to Davenport, but man, he going to have to step up because Trevor Lawrence is another one of them guys you got to keep in the pocket, man. You know what I'm saying? I think this we're going to really have to deploy my boy Houston and let him get busy. I feel like he can feast in that backfield if we deploy him the right way because we're going to need him because I'm not that confident in Davenport. But, again, I am confident in the guy who signed his check. So we'll see how that play out.
Definitely will. So, yeah, like, if we can contain Lawrence, like I said, this will be a great outcome for us. Listen, we've been talking for, almost an hour straight, man. I think we need to, take a quick commercial break, and then we come back, and we're going to discuss the rest of the schedule, man. Let's take this quick break, and then we'll be back with you guys, man.
Wow. Black-owned shoe store. Culture. My culture, though. Let's see what they talking about in here. What's up, little dog? You good? Y'all got something here for me? I'm talking about exclusive. They got all the dunks? How many dunks they got? Something like these. Y'all got a little vibe in here. They buying shoes, selling shoes, sleep. It feels like the culture. They dunking on people. Oh, they on TikTok. They looking out for the kids. Oh, man, this is great, man. They got all different races working here. It just really feels like culture. You're looking for a black-owned shoe store to get some real drip at? Come up here to Culture Detroit, man. That's what the streets been missing. Welcome home, fam.
Oh man, I almost lit my stogie after that.
That is our official sponsor. Culture Detroit, located on Avenue Fashion, 19327 Illinois. Of course, I don't have to give the spiel because we got the one of the owners of Culture Detroit here with us, Culture Boy Juan. He can give you more details in regards to what's going on with Culture Detroit right now.
Yes, Sirski, your number one premier spot for all your drip, designer, streetwear, Frenchies, evidently.
Yes, sir.
We are actually about to have a grand opening next week. I will keep you guys posted on that date and on that time. I appreciate BSN and our family over here. So we appreciate y'all. It's love, man. Oh, and by the way, we will be opening up downtown this summer. Stay tuned.
Let's go. Hey, listen, prayers up, man. Listen, that this thing keeps growing and growing, get bigger and bigger, man. Listen, we had some setbacks, but it was only a setback for a bigger comeback, baby.
Gotta brush that shoulder off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, let's get back with the schedule. Got up next after the Jaguars, Lions at the Colts. This is another intriguing game. Anthony Richardson should be back.
Yeah. I say this belts to ass. Another one.
I think they got a solid team over there, but I think this is another one that we should be able to take care of. I don't think defensively they will be able to match up with us offensively. I think this is going to be that pivotal Jared Goff. Like, I think this is where if we haven't already, we probably will be talks of Jared Goff in the MVP race. I honestly feel like Jared Goff will be in the MVP race this year. Now, the last couple years he's been Pro Bowl. He has some slip ups, games where he has some turnovers. But I feel like this will be around the time where he's got his name in that MVP race, and I think this is that type of game where he can, show himself of why he got signed with that extension. And that right there, Culture Boy.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this is one of those games where you take the training wheels off of him, you let him go earn his money, and you go let him put his name in the hat for MVP for sure. This is one of those pad the stats games. This is one of those. The season was consistent. He was efficient. He managed the games. He might have one or two good games here and there, and then it's like boom, smack the shit out the Colts, and everybody throwing your name in the hat. So I feel like this is one of those games, especially since you got the Bears coming up. This is kind of like a warm-up game before we go see Caleb Williams for the first time. And I feel like we go in there and we take care of business for sure. I don't think they pose any threat to us at all. I've never been a believer in Anthony Richardson. He looks like a linebacker and not a quarterback. It is what it is. The tape that I did see on, it was okay, but it wasn't impressive. He don't put no fear in our hearts at all. And I actually think that might be a big Hutch game too. He might be able to feast real good on that Florida Gator.
I was with you on that because I didn't really see, them. They're up front right now. It doesn't really bode that much of a issue that we can't handle. Wiseman, what is your take? When it comes to this, this Colts, offensive front.
Belts to ass.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is another game we're gonna dominate again. AR, he wasn't that good in college. He had like one of the worst complete percentages in college football. I feel like that's gonna carry over. And him missing half the season last year didn't help do him no favors either. So So yeah, I feel like this is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be that close, Daryl. I think this is a game we gonna really, because they don't have a whole lot,
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. Yeah.
They look too, Big Willie, too, schematically too. Like they hang their hat on the run game. They got a good offensive line, but those guys are more. They get their notoriety from the run game. Yeah. But they ain't never seen a front like ours before.
There you go.
So when we go in there and we stuff the run, and now it's okay. We got to depend
Yeah, I think what he was going to say was like, now you got to defend the pass because the run is so shut down.
Yeah.
Coach, I don't know if you can hear me, but you froze, my boy.
Yeah, he froze up on it. Well, yeah, I think, and that's where I was going with it too, because I think this is another game. I think this is going to be an Aaron Glenn defensive game right here, where he's going to really show why, he's going to be a head coach, of the future, because, like you said, shutting down that run game and then having him to, pass. I think he must have gotten a call. That's probably what it is.
Yep.
That's how it usually happens when you get a call. But this is one, like I said, we take care of business. This should be a victory. So I don't see if we lose this game, it's going to be because of mistakes that we made on our end, not because of that they're should be able to compete with us. It's just one of the games that if we don't come out, it's a road game, and we don't come out right, it could be one of those trap games. And one of this Colts game could be the one of the games that we have, which everyone have during the season.
Sure.
Ones that you're supposed to win, but you don't. This could be that one, and which is, but like I said, we need to have that momentum going in because, of course, we got the Bears coming up on Thanksgiving. We got Chicago's gonna be our first time. Hopefully, that we're gonna be able to see Caleb Williams come into I was about to say the Silverdome, coming to Ford Field. We haven't won on Thanksgiving in
7 years.
7 years. Bears are tough defensively, but Wise man, can we win on Thanksgiving, my brother? Come on, can we get the victory, man?
And again, like, it's my biasness. I feel like we can beat everybody, but like, unpopular belief, man. Like, I think the Bears is nice, G. Like, they loaded everywhere. And if Caleb Williams has just come in and just manage the game, they still gonna be a tough team to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got our boy Swifty over there. We all know Swifty can get busy. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy elusive. Now, their downfall is that offensive line. They didn't do a whole lot there.
Right.
That should help us, you know what I'm saying, dominate the game up front for us. But like I said, they nice on defense. They hella nice at receiver. And like I say, they still nice at running back. And if Caleb can just come in and manage the game, that shit gonna be tough for us, man. So I don't know. I hope, because again, this is one of those games too where I was telling you, Juan, that we're gonna split one. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're gonna split this one. I just hope it ain't no Thanksgiving. Like, we gotta stop that losing shit on Thanksgiving.
So that means we losing the game in Chicago then if we split, but we get the Thanksgiving game. I wouldn't be mad at that. I feel like by then we already be solidified where we are. I feel like we got to get the early part of the season. We got to take care of business because we finished the season with the Packers, the Bills, the Bears, the Niners, and the Vikings. And the Viking game might not be important depending on if we take care of our business early. You know what I'm saying? But that's a tough game, but that's a team I'm going to be keeping a close. I feel like the whole world going to be watching them early because it's kind of hard to predict who they're going to be because I think they actually on two opposite ends of the spectrum. I think they either going to be really nice or really trash. I don't think they're going to be in the middle.
Listen. We cannot, and I'm going to keep saying this, we cannot lose against rookie quarterbacks.
No, that's a fact.
That's just my
got so many weapons. Still got.
I know he got weapons, but this, and to me, Caleb Williams, I'm still iffy on whether that because he hasn't won no big games. He hasn't been coached outside of the same coach these last couple of years, so we don't know how he's going to react to a different type of QB coach. And we got to take advantage, like with Minnesota having JJ McCarthy and the Bears having Caleb over there. These are games that we should win because, like, ain't no way that Aaron Glenn should allow a rookie quarterback to show up and show out against him for real. So I don't even have a split. I'm gonna say we taking both of the games, and we definitely going to have this victory on Thanksgiving, fellas. So
have a Maybelline.
Fritchie going back there going crazy here, huh?
He's so pretty though. He's so pretty. Man, I don't know. He
can't lose to a quarterback with painted nails, G. Like,
he's a little such. Oh, he's making me think too hard. I can't deal with the painted fingernails. He's suspicious,
No.
man.
Very
He is suspicious. But I will say this too. I didn't like his USC tape at all.
No.
There you go.
There was flash plays here and there. It really was just him look like running around in the pocket, just trying to be pretty, patting his nails on the ball and shit. and it just felt like he was trying to make a highlight tape instead of trying to win ball games. So I have questions about his true intentions. I think he may only just want to be a supermodel. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I've never seen a rookie quarterback, or not even a rookie quarterback, a number one overall quarterback with this much support around him. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we got to keep an eye on them because, like I said, it can all fall apart because, you know, you can put rims on it, you can paint it, you know, you can put the pretty brake calibers on it and bumper stickers and some window tint, and you can dress it up real nice. But if the motor ain't shit, you're going to be on the side of the freeway calling roadside assistance. And that's why I say, with the trunk in the air, with the hood in the air on the side, with your hand on your hip, smoking a cigarette with your fingernails. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see what they shape up to be early in the season because, like I said, I didn't see a lot of winning football out of him. I saw a lot of, you know, a dude trying to make highlights and trying to be cute and trying to be pretty and dancing around looking like Prince. So I don't know about him. I got to see. Somebody going to have to get in his ear and be like, look, man, we playing football. You want to be Patrick Mahomes? You little fake-ass Patrick. You want to be Patty? You want to be Patty 2.0? You got to actually play football. You got to actually take hits. Because that's the one thing that a lot of people don't talk about Patrick Mahomes. He gets beat up a lot. And, he pulls himself off the turf and he get back busy. We have yet to see Caleb Williams conduct himself like that on the field. So we shall see.
He gonna run in the stands and go cry in his mama arms. That's what he gonna do.
Yeah. Light skin, man.
Yeah, that light skin energy for real, man. Yeah, man. He playing in the black and blue division. He ain't gonna want to get bruised up. He gonna be getting be all red and purple.
Wait till he go to Lambeau. I can't wait to see what Rashawn Gary and them boys do to him in Lambeau. I ain't gonna lie.
Well. Speaking of Lambeau, that
would
be the next game. Would be the Green Bay Packers. They'll be back here. And that's good, dude. We got 2 division games back to back at home.
Yeah.
Against the Packers. Now we saying that the first game up there in Lambeau is gonna be a test, but this one. It's kind of another revenge game because they beat us last year at home on Thanksgiving in our backyard. This is one of the games that we need to have. No matter where we're at in the schedule, we gotta make a statement. I say this is our number one statement game right here. This is going to be the statement game for us. Now we got another couple of games, some revenge games, Thanksgiving game, of course. But a statement needs to be made on this game versus the Packers. And what time is this game? Let me see. What time is this game? This is a 8 o'clock game. And this one is on Prime. This one is on Prime too, y'all. So just be aware if y'all don't, you know, they're probably more likely going to show it locally. Channel 4, Channel 7, somebody probably going to show it, but it's going to be broadcast on Prime. This is one of the Prime games, y'all. So heads up. Wise man.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I feel like we're gonna split one. Whoever wins the first one probably gonna lose this one. That's how I look at it. I mean, you know, we didn't touch on, you know, what they got on offense, defense, all that jazz. So, like I said, I feel like we're gonna split one with them. So this will be one of them split games.
I think this game again reminds me of the early part of the season. We got to take care of business. That Arizona game, that Jacksonville game, that early Minnesota game. Titans. Like we got to take care of the Titans. We got to take care of business because that stretch is going to be tough. And the last thing you want to do is be playing okay football going into that stretch. We got to be firing on all cylinders. And if we lose them games, it's because we resting. We really didn't care. We didn't get up for them. We done sold up the division. We done sold up the NFC. We not really pressed, but that's going to be hard to do because you got the 49ers coming up. So it's tough. I feel like that 49er game, not to get ahead of ourselves, but that could be for number 1 seed. That could be for the bye. You know what I'm saying? So that game, I don't care. The whole revenge tour, I feel like all of them getting smacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get tough down the stretch. And I feel like if we take care of business early, we might be breaking records at the end of the season as far as win total. You know what I'm saying? And again, that kind of contradicts what I said earlier because I feel like we're going to take a step back to take a step forward. But maybe that means losing one of those games or two of them games we're supposed to win to finish strong at the end. Because it's almost like you go into the locker room after that game and it's like, well, how y'all think y'all going to take care of the Packers, the Bills, the Niners at the end of the season if you can't do your work with Arizona or Jacksonville? Right. And it's kind of one of them games where it wake you up like, all right, if we want to get over this hump, we got to get our shit together so we can go into – is it Candlestick still? We go into Candlestick and take care of business, go into Lambeau, take care – you know what I'm saying? But I don't see us losing this game. It'll be too much riding on the line for that one. That one for the city.
Thursday night game, too, another Thursday night game.
Yeah, one for the city.
That will definitely be, you know what I'm saying, for the city, because that way we be able to, you know, talk our smack, you know, because the draft will be in Green Bay next year. And, you know, we might slide there, too. You know, we had got some invites while we was down there. Folks wanted us to come up. So we might, you know, be able to talk our talk when we get up there. But this is, like I said, to me, this is that statement game. This is the pivotal, like you said, the pivotal part of the season right here. And this game, to me, is going to be a telling because, like I said, if things is going the way we're thinking they're going, the Packers is going to be definitely on our heels. So we're not going to be able to let up on any of these games because, like I said, if people are predicting the Packers to be who they think they are, we can't let up at all. So let this be the one, you know, to keep us ahead of the division because after the Packers, we got another afternoon game against the Bills. It's going to be a different look with these guys. Of course, they got, you know, Allen at quarterback. But they don't have Stephon Diggs no more. It seems like, you know, that marriage had to break up. Still a tough team. You know, Allen's still a quality quarterback. Wiseman, is this one of those games, man?
It could be, because like I said, I'm never gonna count out Josh Allen, but again, he's another quarterback that.
Now, mind you, this is our third straight home game too. So.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, like I said, he's like a regular season All-American, and you know what I'm saying, just toward the end of the season, he always like fizzle out. So I think by this time we in our stride. You know what I'm saying? We clicking on all cylinders, everybody playing their best ball around this time. So I feel like we're gonna get Buffalo. I say 28-14 my final, or 28-17. I like that.
Like that.
I'm not mad at that score at all. I feel like this will be another Jared Goff game. I feel like when he got paid, everybody want to bring up the top 10 and where does Jared Goff land in the top 10? Everybody wants to put Josh Allen number 2 behind Patty, and then you throw Lamar in there, you throw all these guys on there, and I'm be trying to figure out, like, when they say that Jared Goff wasn't worth the money, I'm trying to figure out these guys that's ahead of you. My boy won more playoff games last season than all them guys won. They all, like Cass said, regular season heroes.
Mm-hmm.
If we talking Lamar, if we talking Josh Allen, we talking who else they throw up there? They even trying to squeeze Jordan Love in there. Like, quit playing. What has he done? Like, you know what I'm saying? After Burrow, but Burrow been to the top though, so it's hard.
But Burrow is he's the injury prone, so that's what puts him in that, you know, because
he's the injury prone, and he's older than Jared Goff. I like to throw that in there too when people say, "Well, Jared Goff too old for a contract." Well, he's 1 year older than Joe Burrow, but y'all putting Joe Burrow right there in the top 3. Come on, let's make it make sense.
Played at their 40, I can't touch them, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, they played at 40. Exactly. I think this is a game where Jared Goff goes in there and he submits his name in the top 5.
Top 5. I say that.
We'll just be hating on Goff.
It'd be, you know, he'd be solidifying his position on where he's gonna be at as the MVP race. I say Jared Goff, I'm saying it now, will be in the MVP race.
Especially if he outplays Josh Allen in that game, for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's your measuring stick, right? If he's number 2, that's your measuring stick. Because everybody knows everybody say it's Patrick Mahomes, and you got this group of guys, and then it's everybody else. Yeah. Okay, well, if that's the case, if I was to ask you, well, who's after Patty? Some people would say Lamar. Some people going to say Josh. You got some people that's going to say Burrow. But the number one answer more times than likely is Josh Allen. But come on, man. We go in there, we take care of business, and Jared Goff show out, man. You got to put him up there for sure.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So if we take care of business, that means we got the Bears up next at
That's a trap game.
Trap game.
Yeah, like I said,
Because you got the 49ers next. And I can easily see us overlooking them boys. They at home. Let's say Caleb didn't have such a good season. Well, this is the potential game. This is the optimism game. Well, he played well against the Lions, and they're supposed to be at the top of the division. We have optimism for next season. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
I can see that being the argument.
Now, mind you, this is the second outdoor game too that we're gonna have.
yeah.
Yes,
So this is gonna be a tale. It's gonna be cool. Of course, you know it's gonna be in the midst of the winter. So we're gonna see how we handle it. Because last season we kind of really laid the egg. You know, last year at down there. You know, at Soldier Field. I think that's gonna be in a lot of our minds too, because that's one of the games that
to have some crazy stuff happen.
Yeah. So this is one of the ones, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. We need to take care of business. We do not need to be losing to no rookie quarterbacks. Sorry.
I agree.
And if we lose to a rookie quarterback, something went wrong. We did some things, a lot of things wrong. We should not be losing to no rookie quarterbacks, period. So we'll take care of that game. Like you said, this could be the game that we know get things together, because we got up next. We're at the 49ers. It's a Monday night game.
Monday night game. The revenge tour. This is the cap. This is the cap of the revenge tour. I don't know.
How y'all feel about this one, man? I felt a little bit of a silence on this one, because this one is intriguing, right?
No, man, because whooped their ass last year. I just don't know what the hell happened in the last 30 minutes of that game, bro. And I told you, I couldn't watch it. Like, I watch all the games, you know that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have been to the crib, man. We watch all the games and whatnot. But I finally watched that game all the way through, and there's just no way in hell we lose that game, bro. Like, it is so tough to watch, because everything that can go wrong in a football game is wrong in that second half. But if you look at that first half, it was complete domination. Like, they shouldn't even been on the field with us. Like, that was crazy. Like, I feel like we get our get back right here.
Tale of two halves.
Yep.
I felt like we was sniffing ourselves, we was smelling ourselves, we was drinking our own Kool-Aid. We went into the halftime and everybody pulled up a cold glass of red Kool-Aid, and we was ready to go out there and just finish the job. But I feel like we played with our food, man. We played with our food. We should have went out and if we ran the ball every single down to end the game, I'd have been happy. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been cool with it. I felt like we got too cute. We felt like we had too many chances. We felt like it's gonna take a miracle for them to come back and beat us, and that's exactly what they got.
And exactly what happened too. They got a couple of miracles, and then we got stagnant. It was basically a tale of two halves. Like I said, they went in that locker room. I think they popped the bottle a little too soon. But this is the makeup of what it takes to be a Super Bowl team. You gotta finish your mission. And I think this is a game where we're gonna come in where they know that we're not coming to play, and we're not coming in knowing that we need to make sure we take care of business. This is gonna be a real tough and fun Monday night game that can go either way. Now, of course, I feel like 49ers may squeak this one out, being that they're being at home. But if we can steal this one, it's definitely pull some momentum in our favor. Like I said, this is a potential number 1 seed game here. And if we can beat them and get that victory over them, which can, help us with that 1 seed, it'll help us going into the next game, the final game against the Vikings, or whether or not the guys are going to be resting, or we're going to have to really take this game serious. It is our last home game. What this game is going to be like. Now, this is a flex game, because this could be either Sunday or Monday, the way the schedule goes. And depending on where we're at, they may move us to Sunday night. They may move us even to Monday, depending on what's going on. So we don't know what the time frame is going to be, just based off what we predicting what's going to happen. So what is your take on this one, Juan? Is this going to be a meaningful game?
No, not at all. I feel like care of business early, and we at least just kind of split that last 4 or 5 game stretch, this game probably will be meaningless. This will probably be the game if JJ hasn't won the job by then. This will be the game that we would actually see him. You can almost bet the house on that one that we're gonna see JJ in that one, because I don't know. It's gonna be tough, man. I can easily see us losing this game, especially if we go in the Candlestick and take care of business. But it also could be, if we lose that game, we might need that Vikings game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough. It's kind of a toss-up. It's kind of too far in the future for us to predict, because it's a lot of variables that can happen. Like, if any game was a hard one to put a score on.
So this one basically what you're saying is it's all dependent upon how we do it in 49ers. If we win against the 49ers, it might be a game where we can maybe rest the guys for the playoffs. If we lose this one, we might need to get this one against Minnesota so that we be able to position ourselves better in the playoffs. So, but this is, why we doing what we're doing here, because it's all predictions anyway. They can win all the games, they can lose all the games, or they could go 13-4 like I predicted.
Yeah, December just a tough month when you're looking at Green Bay, Buffalo, Chicago, 49ers, Vikings. That's just a tough stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
And then some might say, like, the Bears and the Vikings don't pose that big of a threat, but they're still division games, man. Let's be realistic. Let's understand the history of this league. It's not easy to just step on your division opponents like that. It's not that easy.
Not at all. We're well aware of that last season.
Especially
we thought we was going to run through the whole division and go undefeated.
Exactly.
That didn't happen.
Especially when these games are sandwiched between, like, the Bills and the Niners, or, do you know what I'm saying? The Niners and going into the playoffs. Like, it's just too tough to predict. But if all things are equal and we're just looking at our roster versus their roster and how strong we should be by then, we should easily be able to take care of business. But like I said, we might not want to. We might prefer to rest.
Listen, this is a schedule that's going to be earned. I know last season a lot of people felt that we got breaks early because of the early part of our schedule seemed to be, we caught a lot of teams at the right time. This season, we're going to earn those victories. And like you said, we may lose more than we did last year, but we may be a better team, like you said, because we're got better competition. The division itself has improved, and the teams that we're playing playoff teams.
Yeah.
This season. So, yeah, it's a possibility that we may go 12-5, 11-6, but be better off a team because, like I said, it's just the level of competition that we're playing, and we may be better off going into the playoffs. So, this is the schedule, fellas.
Look at that stretch, though, bro. Like, that last 5 games, like, if them 5 games don't get you prepared for the playoffs, I don't know what will.
Well, we're going to see, man, but we had a Lions schedule, man. So, can you give a prediction of like I said, I've been going with 13-4 as my number. Can you give us a number right now?
So, we went 12-5 last year, right?
Yes, we did.
We go 12-5 this year, too.
12-5 again? Okay, listen, I wouldn't be mad at I think this would be a better 12-5 anyway.
Yeah, because of the level of opponents that we went through. We're gonna be battle tested for sure going into the playoffs for sure.
Yes, we will. So we're definitely looking forward to the season, y'all. Listen, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section on what you think what you guys predict the record to be. And of course, we're going to be here all season to talk and discuss and rock out with you guys when it comes to this Lions schedule, amongst everything else. Outside of NFL, we also going to talk about some NBA playoffs. Now I'm looking at it, and it looks like Denver is up on Minnesota right now. It looks like 59-47.
14.
Yeah, they're up by 14. Indiana pulled it out earlier today. Brunson went down. They had a fracture hand. They pulled it out, so it's going to be Indiana and Boston in the final Eastern Conference Final, and it looks like it could be Dallas and Denver in the West.
Possible, but Minnesota were down 18. They're on a surge right now. They're down 12 with 7:24 left in the third. Looks like Denver just called a timeout after Anthony Edwards coast to coast finger roll on KCP. And Ant-Man is a bad man. Do not count him out. 12 points in the NBA is like 2 points. I heard them say that in the Knicks game. It was like 20 points is nothing in the NBA. They awfully right, but Halliburton was cooking, boy. He was
Man,
itching.
yes, yeah, he was. Listen, he took advantage of the situation with Brunson going down. He gonna make sure of it. So they locked it in. So we got the Eastern Conference locked up, and now we're just waiting for this game to end. And I still feel Denver is gonna pull it out. I don't think Minnesota is gonna have it to where they can be able to hold off Denver at home and come back and win this. But anything can happen because we see what happened with OKC and Dallas. They had a nice sizable lead, but Dallas, did their thing. That game was crazy, man.
That was a crazy game. They was down 7 and going to the third, but I think they was down double that early parts of the third. I mean, going into the fourth, but early parts of that they was down, bro. Like, no lead is safe in the NBA, man. It's all about momentum. It's all about, making the right pass and making the right, taking the right shots at the right time, man. It's all about time. I like to equate those big leads to when you're playing 2K. When you're down 20, the first thing you got to do is get you a layup, and you got to get a stop and get you another layup. And if you can do that a couple times, next thing you know, your crowd back in it, your team back in it, and you just never know at this point. But I will say this. I think it's a little too early for Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man needs this hurdle to run into and bump his head and fall so he can come back and be who he want to be. He reminds me a lot of Mike. And if you know Mike had to get through the bad boys before he was able to experience the success and be the Mike that we know today. And I also equate that to the Lions too. Like the way we, that 49ers game, I feel like we, in that scenario, we Mike and the 49ers are the Pistons. Like they beat up on you for a whole damn decade, and then the 90s hit and you able to break through and become who you want to become. And I think we got to go through the Niners to get to where we want to be for sure.
Most definitely. Listen, we need to take them out just like how the Bad Boys Pistons took out Boston and started their reign. So it could be that reference. Listen, we got to get over that proverbial hump and get to the glory. And we have a great chance to do so this year. And the next upcoming years, we're set up to where this thing is going to be a fun watch for years to come. I don't see us going back into the tanks for years to come. The way that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and Sheila and of course my boo Martha have positioned this team to something that we can look forward to being able to cheer, and not the SOL theme should be buried 6 feet, 12 feet. That we're on another level right now. So shout out to the Lions, man, for getting us excited, man. We haven't really had a chance to get this excited about the Lions in a long time. And the fact that we was able to have a great show today of a breakdown of each individual game, and we had everyone rocking with us in the comment section, lets us know, listen, man, we're gonna be on board for a good one, man. Listen, we had another great show today, man. I guess Kaz, Wise, either his phone died or something happened, but he got a call, but he dropped off, so he don't get his final take. So, Culture, why don't you give your final take before we bid adieu to podcast today, my brother?
Final take. As far as the season or just in general?
In general, you can do it in general.
I think this. Sit back, relax.
Yes.
This season. Let's not get too butthurt. Let's not be too tight. Let's loosen up. Let's enjoy this for the first time and forever. We have a winning program. I think the best part about what we have built is, like my brother just said, we built something that's sustainable and that's going to last for a long time, a very long time. And if y'all going to look up, and it's going to be 4, 5, 6 great seasons in a row. We're going to be rotating veterans who chasing championships every single year. And you already know how the big homie, Big Brad, get down. He going to let you come in here. We're going to pay you pennies on the dollar. We're going to get you a short deal. And it ain't even a proven deal because you're 9 times out of 10, you're going to be rotated out regardless. So you might as well come in here, take care of your business, get you a chip. And don't be surprised, guys, if we Super Bowl champs within the next 2 or 3 seasons. It might not happen this year, but the beautiful thing about what we built is we'll be right there in the thick of things for a long time now, at least the immediate future. And I'm talking at least the next 4. What my boys get? My boys got 4-year contracts, 5-year contracts, at least for the next 4 or 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
4 or 5 years, our foundation is solidified. We only thing we gonna do is dress it up and put little extras on the top every season, retool every season, sprinkle a little something on there. So Detroit fans, I understand what you've been through for the last however many years. I've been there right there with you, but this is our time where we kick back and we look down and we watch all these fans from the other teams talk their shit and scream at the hill because we're going to be there for a while. So shout out my Detroit Lions. Shout out Sheila. Shout out the whole regime. If you're not a Detroit Lions fan, if you're not a DSCN fan, if you're not a Coach of Detroit fan, fuck yeah.
Yes, sir. And on that note, listen, I can't even say it no better than that was myself. Listen, to my Lions fans, I deplore you guys not only be Lions fans, but be NFL fans. Watch more than just the Lions. You'll get a better take on how things work. You see how other teams operate. You see how we operate. You be able to compare. You'll be able to relax. I want you guys to relax and enjoy the season like my boy, Coach Boy Juan say. This is going to be a fun season. We got a good team, y'all. Let's enjoy it. Let's have fun this season. Hopefully this can rub up on our other franchises in the city that, you know, can start winning some games and really make this city rock. With that being said, listen, guys, we had another great show. Of course, you know, Coach Will, he had to close it out with his stogie.
Yep. Don't do drugs.
And if you do it medically. If that's the case. Either way, listen.
Get a script.
There you go. Get the script going on. Listen, we doing it legal way. Listen, legal way, guys. Legal way. That being said, listen, another great show. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Enjoy your family. Enjoy yourselves. Dynasty Sports Network. We out.
Sarsky.